Well, it's going on Cardinal Nation. Well, man, a disappointing loss today, as we are unable to get the sweep today of the Chicago Cubs, losing to the Cubs today, 6-3 or 6-4 rather. But we still take 2 of 3 from them. A really impressive series overall, as we scored 17 runs on Friday in absolute dominant fashion. Then last night on July 4th. A shutout win, 3-0. Kyle Leahy had an outstanding outing and used 4 levers to get a shutout win. And J.J. Weatherholt had a leadoff home run. And, well, in this one, Cubs would take an early 2-0 lead in the bottom of the first. Alex Bregman with an RBI double without making it a 1-0 game, scoring Pete Crow Armstrong, and then a sacrifice fly by Nico Hoerner to make it a 2-0 Cubs lead. It could have been much more in the first. They would strand the bases loaded, so they could have gotten potentially 6 runs in the first. But Matthew Liberatore was able to get out of it, and those were the only 2 runs he would allow. So, what looked like it was going to be a kind of a rough outing for Libby turned out to be a not terribly bad outing. 5 innings, gave up 4 hits, 3 runs, struck out 3. After he struck out 9 Atlanta Braves last outing. But, just glad he was able to get through 5 innings and qualify for the win or loss. So stay 2-0 until the 6th, when the All-Star Jordan Walker would hit a 3-run home run to put us up 3-2. And for Walker, his 20th home run of the season. So that would put us up 3-2 with 1 swing. And now 66 RBIs on the season for Jordan. So that would put us up 3-2. However, not for long, the Cubs would come back tied up 3-3. RBI single by Nico Hoerner tied up. And then Dansby Swanson would ground out, which should have been a routine play, would turn into an error by Jose Fermin. So that would give the Cubs a 3-2 or a 4-3 lead rather than Pedro Ramirez with a sac fly to make it a 5-3 game. And that would unfortunately allow a second run to score as Jordan Walker with an error. So that would make it a 6-3 game. Walker would cut the lead to 6-4 with the sac fly in the 8th, scoring J.J. Weatherholt. He scored 2 of the 4 runs. So Weatherholt had an outstanding series. So we brought the tying run to the plate in the 8th, but Lars Newborn ground out. And Matt Swanson was on the mound when the Cubs took the lead 6-3. Liberatore was actually out there to start out the 6th, but after walking a batter and giving up a single, he'd be done. So Matt Swanson, despite being out there and the Cubs scoring 4 runs, he would actually not be charged with any earned runs, oddly enough. And Ryan Fernandez would have a scoreless 8th inning, his first time pitching in a few days. And in the top of the 9th, Mason Wynn would have a leadoff walk on a 8-pitch plate appearance. So the tying run would come to the plate. Nathan Church would fly out. Jose Fermin would strike out. Then Nelson Velasquez at the plate, who previously was pinch hitting for Brian Torres in the DH spot. Velasquez tried to tie it up, and on a 2-2 count, he would line out to the shortstop Swanson to end it. So, congrats to the Cubs. They get the win. Probably a much-needed win for them after a really rough first 2 games. So, but this is almost another come-from-behind win, which we've had a lot of those this season. So, but 2 errors was kind of definitely costly. But 4 RBIs for Jordan Walker, the All-Star, continuing his just amazing season. So now, as this is our final time playing on the road before the All-Star break, we will then now come back home beginning tomorrow night with the start of a 5-game series against the Milwaukee Brewers. A 5-game series Monday through Thursday, in which a doubleheader on a Tuesday. So, yeah, this is going to be a huge series. The Brewers currently are winning against the Diamondbacks 3-2. So we potentially could gain some ground, albeit it wouldn't be much if they lose today to Arizona. So huge series, huge homestand coming up before the All-Star break. So see what happens. So till Monday, I'm saying go Cards.